caught in the hoopla. All the conversations this summer is the fact that this guy is now less than a year away from UFA next summer. You would have to think behind the scenes, Rosie, there has to, at the very least, been conversations about extending him. But I think so far, so good, the Jake McCabe tenure era in Toronto since being acquired by Kyle Dubas at the 2023 NHL trade deadline.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Jake McCabe. He's 30 years old. He's not 35. And I just, you talk about, do you move him up and play him with Tanev or this or that? Like, I don't think you need to big brain it. He's just wicked on that third pairing with Simon Benoit. I just love when they're both out there. They quietly do their job very well. I think that McCabe has got that leadership factor in him. He's kind of like, you just look at him and you get a sense of calm, like he kind of knows what he's doing. I'd like his confidence to bump up a little bit, and I think it can when you got the decor that they've got this year, and hopefully that comes to fruition, and they've got a pretty solid 6 guys in every single night that know their role and are reliable and kind of hit all the right notes, right? So people are talking about moving him around and shoving him here, and what if he works there? Just leave him on the third pairing with Benoit. Love Benoit. Love McCabe with him. Let them do their thing. Let them have, you got your first pairing. You got, whether Morgan Rielly or Tanev, and, hopefully that OEL, like you talk about with Lily, works out well in the second pairing. And then the third pairing of those two, though, that's just nice layering, man. You got your offensive product, you got your big guys, you got your shot block, and you got your physicality covered, and all of them can play D. It just looks solid. And I don't think you need to big brain and move it around or anything like that. I just love last year thinking about the games, looking at McCabe and Benoit out there, just going, I just like these guys. They can play simple. They can move shit to the outsides, get the puck to the hands of Austin Matthews or Nylander, whatever, get it out of the zone, north-south hockey, like Craig Berube says, and just play that role very well and just get better and better at it, have good facilitation beside themselves with good support, and just let their confidence grow. And every night, they can get a little bit better and just have finally a pretty bloody solid decor. That's the plan. Hoping it goes that way, but to set it up at this time of the year, I think it looks pretty solid. And I like McCabe right where he is. You don't need to big brain it. Don't need to make him be something that he's not.
Yeah, I agree. I think they got to be very careful with obviously numbering their pairings in the back end. Like if you're asking me right now, I'm putting Benoit and McCabe firmly ahead of Ekman Larsson and Liljegren. I think the biggest question I have entering the season on the blue line is Simon Benoit. And I'm sure at some point in time here in the offseason, we'll get to him, just more so because he sort of came out of nowhere. Like he was a great value find last year, gets the extension. How's he going to duplicate that? What's it going to look like in year 2 as a Toronto Maple Leaf? Is he still going to have that confidence? Is the chemistry going to still be there with Jake McCabe? I think it's fair to wonder about Simon Benoit and Kenny Hackett yet again, a new coach in the mix as well. And I just think from a personnel standpoint, I probably have more faith in those two than, again, I have in Ekman Larsson and Liljegren and that pairing. But I think I'm very curious to see how everything comes together. It's one thing, Rosie, to say, hey, they brought in 2 new guys and maybe a Hakanpää in a third. And Connor Timmins, of course, still in the mix right now as we have this conversation as the 7th D. But the chemistry is a big thing to talk about too. And you hit the nail on the head. There's chemistry right there. I don't care if Sheldon Keefe's there or Craig Berube. More times than not, what you got last year was very, very successful from the Benoit McCabe pairing.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason for a guy like Benoit to struggle with confidence or to not be able to figure out what to do. He came in, expectations were low. He flew under the radar, but all you got to tell the guy is do the exact same thing. And having Craig Berube at the helm isn't going to hurt him one single bit. He's a Berube type of player. I think Craig can just leave him alone, let him do his thing, let him cook. But as far as having a little bit of experience in the market now, having a successful season, he just needs to play simple, confident, and physical like he has, and people are going to love him again. And I think he's going to have a supporting cast around him that makes the game even easier for him. So whatever pairing you want to call it, I could care less. He's going to get his minutes, and I think he's just got to do the exact same thing. There's nothing complicated about it.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.